Vikings! Today I thought I'd try to see if Glunny wants to leave the stable on a loose rein, because that's what we have been practicing. He's already off. Okay, I have to almost hold him back now. So I drop the reins and I ask for forward. And he is carrying me away from the stable. He's like, you know, I'm off, I want to go on the trail. I don't want to be back there doing circles or moving the hind end over. This is the solution. Okay, I will stop him. Oh, good boy. Woohoo! Yeah, I am as excited as you are to see if this is possible without reins. And I give leg aid and we are off. And this is not because he's particularly well schooled to ride without reins. It's because my idea of leaving the stable is his idea. Okay, I might try to stop here. Good boy. And I dismount. I will take the saddle off now. So anything you can do to reward your horse for leaving the stable and make the work happen by the stable is going to inspire your horse to leave the stable. And it's going to be very, very easy to ride without depending on the reins. So try this and you will see amazing results. Because although it's very easy to pressure a horse to leave, then I think the tension that is created by having to use riding aids to get the horse going where you want the horse to go might make the horse spooky on the trails. And it might also make your horse rushy homewards. So the challenge with Glunny, who is an old children's horse, isn't that he's particularly wild or stressed and anxious, but he can be really, really, really stubborn in terms of not wanting to go forward and wanting to turn homewards and go home. And that's the point where he just ignores all the signals and he just kind of marches where he wants to go. But by making the work happen by the stable and the relaxation and release happen away from the stable, my idea of leaving the stable became his idea. And I say release and relaxation because that's very, very important. So although you have a release away from the stable, if your horse isn't relaxed and comfortable there, it doesn't really matter. So you need kind of both. And I remember the first time I was just showing how not to do it by using my reins and leg aid to get him going away from the stable. He became quite tense and spooky actually. So by using our riding signals to make horses do simple tasks like leaving the stable or riding around in an arena, creates often tension in the horse, and you also are using then valuable riding signals to something you don't really need the riding signals to do. And this is basically the exact same thing I do to be able to ride horses in the arena without reins. So I make the work happen by the gait and by the other horses, and I make the release happen in the scary corner, the release and the relaxation, until the horse can cruise around the arena on long reins without me having to control the horse. So the horse becomes self-controlling because the horse wants to be where he or she is and not everywhere else. And then I just take the reins off and I can ride without them. It's mainly because the horse wants to do what they're doing. I have taken the time to make my ID the horse's ID. And in this way you can solve almost any problem. I can't think of anything you can't solve with this. Horses rearing up, for instance. Do this with your horse and your rearing problem is fixed in like 5 sessions. But don't use the reins. You just let go of the reins, ride forwards, see where you end up, do the work there, release when the horse is in the direction you want to go. Because rearing is from the rider holding the reins and riding forwards at the same time. So if you drop the reins and just ride forward, your horse isn't going to rear anymore. Or horses who are bolting and rushing homewards. Do this with your horse and your horse isn't going to bolt and rush homewards anymore. Because the horse is going to be confident in the trail and want to go on the trail and not want to run homewards. And also these horses who get kind of spooky out of nowhere, usually it's because the rider is using riding signals to keep the horse going and it creates tension in the horse. So make your ID, your horse's ID, and everything becomes so easy. Yes, I hope this helps. And if you want to watch the video on how I did this with Glanny, you can watch the video called How to Make Your ID, Your Horse's ID When Leaving the Stable. Thank you so much for watching and see you next time. Bye bye!